Hi kids, Pastor Al here. Nice to be back with you. I have, for about 2 weeks, been in the country of Turkey. It was a place where a long time ago, the Christian church really kind of helped get started. The Apostle Paul went there, and the Apostle John was there, and there were lots of Christian churches there. It's always one of my favorite places to go, and very cool, but it's nice to be back with you again today. I would say that one of the things you did see in Turkey all over the place are dogs. They have a lot of stray dogs there, but the Turks are very good to them. They take care of them. They feed them. In fact, one of our bus drivers, kept dog food on his bus, and every time we stopped, the dogs showed up, he would feed them. It was pretty cool. And it reminded me of something that I've always known, is that dogs are pretty smart, pretty talented, but sometimes they're a little less than perfect, and they kind of, well, every now and then don't maybe do as good as they should. Let me show you a little video here of some dogs that, well, they could use some work. Right, so dogs are kind of like us. Sometimes they just mess up, or they're not very good at something. And do you think their owners hate them or don't like them because they're not good, or can't catch a frisbee, or food falls on their nose when you throw it at their mouth? Nah, really. You know, I got a Labrador who can't even really fetch a ball, and I still love him. He's still my boy. And it reminds me that sometimes we have really bad expectations, not just for dogs, but for people, because we live in a society now where if you make a mistake or you're not good at something, people will shame you. If they get a video of it, they'll put it online and make fun of you. We assume that everybody has to be perfect all the time, and when they don't, we're going to poke fun at you or mock you for it or put you online and make you go viral. And well, that's kind of a weird thing to do, because that's not something Christians have ever done. This Sunday in church today, I'll be talking with your parents and grandparents who might be there, about a guy who in the Bible was sent to Rome to help Paul when he was in prison. And when he got there and he got sick and everybody had to take care of him, and then he got so sick they just sent him home. And he looked like, from the outside, just a complete total failure. And you know what Paul says? Paul says, my gosh, this guy was wonderful. He loved Christ, and he loved me enough to come and risk his life, and when he comes home, you should treat him like a hero, because that's what he is. And it reminds me that sometimes we live in a world where we think we should always be successful, and the reality is that God isn't looking necessarily for success. God can have success in anything he wants, but he's looking for people who will be faithful, who will do what they're supposed to do, even if that fails here on earth. God's looking for people who will love him and do the right thing, even if it doesn't always work out perfectly. And that's kind of good news for us, because you know what? Most of us, as much as we try to follow God and do the right thing, and well, we're going to make mistakes sometimes, or we're just going to do the right thing but still fail. That doesn't mean that God's disappointed with us. And it doesn't mean we should be disappointed with others either. I know we can't really judge a person's heart, but when it looks to us like someone has tried hard and done the best they could, even if they didn't succeed, we should consider them a success. And we should be very happy with them. So friends, don't judge like the world judges. Judge not with your head, but with your heart. Look for people who try to love and serve God and try to be good to others. And even if they're not perfect, let's just remember that they're doing the best they can, and that's a pretty wonderful thing. And it reminds us that we can do the best we can, and even if we're not perfect, God will see that as a pretty wonderful thing too. Thanks for spending some time with me, kids. We'll see you next week. Bye.